Jamsin Entertainment.
Hello, how's it going? Throwback Thursday, Howard the Duck. Here we go. Couple things real quick before I get started. I'm not going to do spoiler alerts before throwback movies. They've been out long enough. Should have seen them by now. I'll try not to go too much into detail from now on. I'll give like the basic plot. I won't give like the best parts away and whatnot. But no more spoiler alerts for throwback reviews anyway. And to tack on to yesterday, for now, Wednesdays, I'm going to be posting up on Facebook my writing. I'll put a link below in the description so you can go right to it. Howard the Duck. This is a George Lucas film, and you thought the prequels were bad. No. Well, at least this one's so bad, it's good. Because you can clearly tell Lucas wanted to do something off the wall and goofy. And that's exactly what Howard the Duck is. And no, this is not for kids whatsoever. Back in the 80s, it's probably not rated R. It's probably PG-13, but today it would be rated R. Just because it says Howard the Duck and it sounds nice and innocent for kids, this movie's not. It's not. Please do not show your kids this movie. It's raunchy, it's risque. The movie uses just about every duck pun you can possibly think of, and every cliche you could possibly think of. Which most of those they turn into duck puns. Starts out introducing you to Howard. He's just coming home from work, and you see around his room various different posters, but it's his world. So everything you see is duck. And to give you a small example of just how raunchy this movie gets, instead of Playboy, it's Play Duck. Yes, he has a Play Duck magazine, and he goes through it. While he's just relaxing from work, having a beer, watching TV, going through his magazine, the Earth starts to shake, or whatever world he's on. They never say what world he comes from, except for it might be an alternate Earth where ducks evolved instead of apes. He thinks it's an earthquake, but no, he, in his armchair, gets flown back through all these rooms and transported to Earth. He lands up in an alley near like a bar that has live bands occasionally. And he runs into our next character, Beverly, played by Leah Thompson. You will recognize her from Back to the Future. She plays Marty's mom and Maggie McFly. Marty's mom's in, I believe, all three of them. Well, I can't actually remember if they... Well, one of these days I'll do Back to the Future. But she plays Maggie McFly in the third one and Back in the Old West. Just before they meet up, at least they have the world reacting to him as they should. Freaking out, not knowing what he is, because he's a duck that's like 3'2". Yes, he actually says he's 3'2". I would say, but yeah. Everyone who sees him freaks out. They call the police. They beat him One group actually kidnaps him, and that's how he meets. No, that's not how he meets. Yes, that is how he meets Beverly, because he fights them off. When he's done there, he hears her being attacked, and he helps her, even though she can kind of hold her own. And then they they get to they they hook up. Yes, another reason this movie uh, can't exactly say bestiality, but it pushes duckality from the get go. As soon as they get to her place, it's because you're seeing something that's like, what is this? What am I watching? This is so stupid. The next day, she takes him to a museum where you run into Tim Robbins' character. I don't remember his name, but he's a lab assistant, and you can see he's clearly having fun with the role. He just kind of goes off the wall when he sees Howard the Duck. And then Tim gets in touch with a scientist friend of his, who's played by Jeffrey Jones. His character is named Dr. Jennings. Dr. Jennings plucks a hair from Howard and matches it to a hair that he saw a couple nights ago when Howard arrived. Dr. Jennings is a scientist on a project that's trying to transport things in space, and it's this huge device. And this device is what brought Howard to Earth. And it turns out the duck feathers are exactly the same. And they try to send Howard back. Well, unfortunately, the device malfunctions, and Dr. Jennings somehow gets possessed. They never show it. It's just a big explosion. He's missing for a while, and then he shows up once the police are looking around at the crime scene, and they're trying to get Howard because they think, well, they know he's an alien, so they figure he's the one responsible for it. He runs into Dr. Jennings, and they find Beverly again, and they flee. But Dr. Jennings, he's not completely possessed by it yet. You can see him slowly turning, and that's when the movie gets even goofier. Because you see the prosthetics go over his face, so he's changing, and he's doing this weird voice. I'm not Jennings anymore. It's a voice similar to that. I'm a Dark Overlord. So, the Dark Overlord's character wants to bring more down to dominate Earth. And it's up to Howard and Beverly and Tim Robbins' character to stop them. Of course, Howard the Duck has a happy ending. I'm not going to tell you how they get from trying to stop the Dark Overlord to the ending. You'll have to watch the movie for yourself. I will tell you just how ridiculous this movie is. They spend $2 million on a duck suit. They spent $2 million on a duck suit. So this movie has a budget, which I think is larger than probably the first Star Wars movie. I was going to say all three first Star Wars movies, but that would be stretching it. But it definitely, wow. The suit, they did get what they paid for the most part. It looks like a duck in human esque form. It does have some expression to it. The eyebrows move, so you can get a lot of emotions out of those. Of course, the mouth is mostly this. They have some to make like the U's and the what's. That's about it. Howard the Duck. If you like bad movies and get a kick out of them, or so bad they're good, I should say, you'll probably like Howard the Duck. If you just want to watch some stupid, fun stuff, you will have fun watching stupid. Unfortunately, tomorrow I don't have anything, so no movie stuff uh, Friday. I will start a new program called TV Tuesdays. I'm going to start reviewing TV shows. If you like what you saw, like it. If you think other people like it, share it. If you really liked it, hit the subscribe button and stay tuned.
Live your imagination.